Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, it's very exciting because it's time to do a roundup of our Inspired By collab. So this time our theme was Inspired By You. The challenge was to create a character inspired by yourself in some way. Didn't need to look like you, just to be inspired by you or represent you in some way. And it could be in any format, any medium, whatever floats your boat really. So it could be stitching, painting, drawing, sculpture, animation, a poem, a cake, a scarecrow, whatever, as long as it's something creative and it was a character inspired by yourself. Here's what I came up with. You can see her in the background there. She stood against some colours. She's a bit camouflaged there. That's how much she represents me. Some of my favourite colours in there, the colour I'd like my hair to be. And she was just like a glorified trash doll. I'll put a link to my video in the description box. I will also, of course, link to all of my fellow collaborators. So there were 9 of us this time. The reveal date was the 31st of May. So we all posted our videos and Instagram pictures on that date. And we invited all of our viewers and online friends to join in by creating their own character inspired by themselves, and it was lovely to see some of the amazing ideas and creations that my fellow collaborators and all of you out there came up with. So I'm going to round them up now. It's going to take me a little while because I've got to check all the social platforms. I'm going to look at what myself and my collaborators did first, then look at a couple of other YouTubers who created amazing pieces for this challenge, and then people also posted on Instagram, Facebook and in our Discord community. Before I forget to say, I'm going to put my link tree in the description box too, so from there you can find links to the Arty Farty Annie group on Facebook if you'd rather do Facebook, or to our Discord community, and I would highly recommend you do that because it's so lively and interactive in there. Lots of people making friends, supporting each other and sharing their ideas and inspirations. I spend a lot of time in there every day now. Like me, it may all be new to you, but don't worry about it. There will always be someone there. If you've got any questions, just jump in and join in, and and shout if you're not sure of anything. Anyway, enough about that. Let's have a look. I will, of course, tell you about my collaborators as we go through and have a look, and I will also put all of their links below. Most of us have got YouTube channels, but a couple haven't, and not everybody was able to join in this time, but I'll cover that as I go along. Okay, so here's a bit of a closer look at my piece, my Arty Farty Annie. She's a glorified trash doll made out of old junk and scraps of fabric. She's got many arms for doing all the many hobbies and crafts that I like to try. And here is Johnny's piece. So this is Just Johnny Creations. It doesn't show it too well here, but I'll link to him anyway, and you can get a better look at. You can watch his videos, and he shows how he came up with the idea, drew all the design and everything, and then created this amazing art doll of himself. I just think it's absolutely fabulous, and so many different skills gone into this. He also had the rocking horse, which he'd bought in a charity shop or something, and he took it all apart and redid it, kind of made it his own. It was absolutely fabulous to watch, and I thought the finished piece that he came up with was incredible and very, very, I would have known it was him anyway. This one is Gaby of Gaby Chic Dolls. Now Gaby has lots of other strings to her bow. She also, as well as all the amazing art pieces she does, she does paintings and drawings and sculpture, the most incredible dolls. You might remember her Alice one in our last collab, but she also plays the bagpipes and dances, and she does this sword dance, and I could just see her dancing with swords. I could just imagine. So this is another Gaby that we haven't seen yet, but I did suggest that maybe she'd like to do a video of that as well. Now I think, did she say she used, oh god, it's ages since I watched it now, did she say she used alcohol markers for this? I think she did, but I can't remember properly. But she quite often does mixed media stuff. So anyway, you can watch her video and check that out for yourself. Absolutely brilliant. Well worth checking out her channel for other things. Same with Johnny. They've just got... they've got so many ideas. And here's Tori of Cool Kooky Creatures. Oh wow, I'd never seen anything like this. I really love to try it. So she printed, this is her face, which she put through some kind of filter, printed out on fabric, and then created this amazing collage. So not only is it obviously her face, but it's very much her colours, and it kind of incorporates, she's a bit like me, she does a little bit of everything, a bit of stitching, a bit of arty stuff also, and this kind of incorporates all of those things, and it's very much, apart from looking at her, very much her character. Lots and lots of ideas on her channel. Here's Zoe's. So Zoe hasn't actually shown herself here or sort of made herself as a character as such, but this is something that is so dear to her heart and very much an important part of who Zoe is. She's recently had a all singing bells and whistles telescope that she can take photos with her phone and take videos and things. So she's been posting some amazing stuff on her Instagram and that, and she does these incredible space scenes. She makes it look so easy. Now I think this one, I think she used gouache here. She must have used some kind of paint. Do you know, why can't I remember now? I sat and watched her do it. I think she used a pen to do that writing, and I love that saying that she's used. I was forged in the hearts of stars. I love that. That very much speaks of Zoe, I would say. Look at those colours. Look at the colours she gets in that background. I'm trying to persuade her to do. I'd love to see a full-on tutorial. I've watched her do these, but I'd love to follow along, paint along with her. I love the line work that she does over the top with the constellations and things. I just think that's so beautiful. That's Zoe. Lots and lots of inspiring goodness on Zoe's channel too, so do check her out if you haven't already. And here is Beck. So Beck is Cute as Voodoo on YouTube. This was quite a difficult one to watch because it's a very personal thing, talking about mental health issues and side effects of drugs and things, and lots of things, you know, I could really relate to. I'm sure lots of us can, and it was amazing that she shared all of that with us, as well as her incredible artwork. I'm always blown away by her artwork. It does have a dark side, but I like that. That appeals to me. And the imagination she uses to put down a feeling. Just had to interrupt myself there to go and take a delivery. I'm really excited now because I don't know what that is. Now I've lost my thread. I think I was talking about Beck's uncanny ability to have a thought or a feeling or a story or just, you know, or a concept and just turn it into an illustration. It's amazing what she does. Oh, I've only just noticed, look at her nails, they look amazing. Anyway, so again, do check out Bex's channel. She does these the main thing that she does is she researches these mysterious, spooky, gruesome stories, and she tells you all about them while she draws the piece, and very, very entertaining and inspiring. Who we got next? Here's Kasper. Now Kasper, illustrator named Kasper, he does a lot he illustrates children's books and things like that, and he also does some amazing vlogs and things. He shows you things like how to make ink out of mushrooms. It takes you for a walk in his part of the world in Denmark. And here what he's done is, it was a very long video and he showed it right from the beginning. He's always really good at showing you his process, his thought process, and how he takes the project right the way through. It's been fascinating to see some of his things like his children's books develop right from the concept right through to the finished book. It's just, and this is no exception. It's really interesting to see how he pulls all of this together. He's also at the moment got some his summer school thing going on where he does these draw-alongs with you and shows you different ways of drawing, different ways of using different parts of your brain and that kind of thing. Very interesting, so do check him out. He's got all sorts going on his channel. Who we got next? Now, a couple of us don't have YouTube channels, so Dave is one of them. He's from Dave's Illustrations, and he does a lot of stuff. It's interesting because sometimes he works in digital, and sometimes he works in actual art, hands-on art materials, and in this case he wasn't sure which to do, and he's illustrated that here. He hasn't actually said what he is. It looks like he's maybe done a mixture. I think that's probably digital, but I'm not very good at telling. So he's saying it's always a battle trying to decide if I should attempt to draw something digitally or traditionally, so I tried to represent that with the art here. And there he is doing battle with himself, traditional here and digital there. Love that. And last of the collaborators this time, here's Carmel. So she's Carmel_Estelle on Instagram, and this is her. She's just look at some of these. Wow, her portrait work is just amazing. And this is actually herself, or representing herself. So she's saying, I had to draw myself as a little forest witch or nymph because this is what I feel like my soul is all about. Which is lovely. I adore nature, the moon, and exploring different ways of thinking. Love this prompt, although it's very weird drawing herself, I find. Oh, I love that. She's got a little spirit animal here, her owl. Beautiful, beautiful background. Now, it looks like she's used a mixture of media there. That could be watercolour or gouache in the background, and I can see, I think, some coloured pencil work there. And yeah, I think she's used all sorts in there. Maybe she's done #Inktense, so I wonder if she's used some Inktense in there, and Viviva colour sheets. Yeah, that makes sense. And beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. Look at those eyes. That's the last of the collaborators pieces. Just to mention that Emily, who usually judges, she's a very important part of our little group, and she wasn't able to join in this time, but she will definitely be back with us next time. So just wanted to mention her. So she's Emily Arts here on YouTube, and she's Little E Illustrations on Instagram, so do check it. She's got all sorts going on her channel which you would really enjoy, and I'm sure she will be back with us for the collaboration next time. Right, so then the next thing I'm going to do is look at the couple of people who joined in, other YouTubers who joined in with this challenge. Now, if you have posted something on YouTube and you don't see yourself included here, please do let me know in the comments, because I'd hate to miss out, but the hashtag thing doesn't seem to work for me anyway at all on YouTube. So here we are. This is Christine of Create and Craft with Christine here on YouTube. You'll know her from, well, you'll know several others of us as well from the Discord community if you've been in there, and I think she's joined a Facebook group as well, so you'll know Christine in there. Now she did 2 pieces actually for this challenge, and I loved this idea. So it was just create a character. It didn't have to look like yourself. What Christine did was do this little snail to represent slow stitch snail. I love the variegated colour of thread she's used there to get that rainbow of colour. What I loved, and I love the textures, so she's used that shiny kind of fabric to show the snail's body, glistening, which I thought was really brilliant. And the collage of these teeny weeny scraps, really tiny scraps of fabric, the kind of thing even I haven't kept, I've put into my orts jar. Absolutely tiny. I think she used a little glue stick to glue them down first, and then stitched around them, and then added the spiral. I just thought it was so pretty. And she went on to do, this was to create, it was an old, she works with vintage fabrics a lot, and this was an old, like a tray cloth or something she's used here, and she used the other side of it. She sort of folded it over, created a sign for her craft room. Excuse me. And on the other side she did a busy bee, so the busy bee was another piece for the collaboration. The contrast between busy bee and slow stitch snail, but both important parts of you, and parts of all the crafts that we enjoy doing. I thought this was lovely. The whole thing was just brilliant. So check out her channel. You'll find lots of things on there to really enjoy. And last thing on the YouTube, so this is Hannah's, and I was just blown away by this piece. It's a piece in her art journal, mixed media, and it says, note to self, be your beautiful self. I just love that, and I really enjoyed watching her create it. Absolutely brilliant. It's just so good, the way she's got the sort of the presence of that body, you know, and technically I just think it's brilliantly done, and the splash of colour and everything really appeals to me, the way she's done the writing. I just love everything about this. I was really blown away when I first saw it on Instagram, and then chased it through to YouTube, I believe. Okay, so speaking of Instagram, I'm going to go to the Inspired by Hashtag page now. So here's the hashtag page, hashtag Inspired by Art Collab. There's Kasper's piece there. This group of people doing, I don't know why this, but they must be using the hashtag Inspired by Art Collab as well, but they're nothing to do with us, so they're just obviously using the same. That happens when you're trying to find a unique hashtag. There's Tori's piece, Carmel's. There's Johnny's workup sketch there, and I loved it. I mean, the sketch would have been an artwork in itself. That could have, you know, you could easily submit that as the final piece, I think. But the art Johnny came up with in the end was incredible. There's Zoe's lovely space scene. That was from last time. That was Emily's piece from last time for the Inspired by Alice. There's Beck's Depression and Anxiety Monster. There's mine. There's Johnny's. Oh look, there's a good look at Johnny's. It's a better look actually. Let's just have a look at that. There we go. A better look at his piece. Incredible. Love that. There's Gaby's piece. It's a better picture there as well. Does she say what she did with it there? I'm sure she said it was alcohol markers she'd used. Okay, and here now we're getting onto some pieces that we haven't seen before. So this is Kerry's. You'll know Kerry as well, Kezzy Ann, in the Facebook group and the Discord. I love that. She's done all these different parts of herself. All my favourite interests and hobbies. Love that. You got the cat, you got music, you got the laptop there, you got art, of course, photography, ancient Egypt and space, and UFOs. And Tech Mum, she's the one that solves all the tech problems in their house apparently. Oh, I love that. It looks like a children's book illustration to me, this. I really like it. Now this one, so Sue did this one, so she's Suma Tart. SOOMATART on Instagram. Finished piece of Clint's Kiss in watercolours. I think she must have seen Inspired by Art Collab and done a piece just inspired by art, inspired by a classical art piece. So that's what she's done. I'm not sure if this is actually meant to be representing her as such in any way, but it's just so beautifully done. Really lovely. And what has she used? It looks like, from what she's put by the side there, she's used watercolours and jelly roll pens. Absolutely brilliant. It's a really good thing to do sometimes, isn't it, to do kind of a study of an old masterpiece like this. Put your own twist on it a bit and just be inspired by it, really. It's a really good exercise, and I think she's done a beautiful job of that. Now this has got the Inspired by Art Collab hashtag on it. Absolutely beautiful photographic portrait. Beautiful piece of fabric there, isn't it? It's really lovely. I don't know if it's actually creating a character inspired by her, or if she's again seeing it as being just inspired by art, because what she's put here, the only thing she's put here about it really is inspired by Madhubani art. So I guess it's herself, but portrayed in a way she would be portrayed in Madhubani art. So that's, yeah, and it's a really beautiful photograph. She's obviously a beautiful girl, and I love that fabric. Love the whole piece. Very nice. That's all the ones I've found with the Inspired by hashtag on Instagram. These are all now related to the previous collaboration. As I say, if you've posted anything on Instagram and I've missed it, it might be because you spelt the hashtag slightly wrong. I've come across it before in previous ones where I've kind of incidentally come across them and wouldn't have picked them up otherwise, because the hashtag was just had one letter missing or something. So if I've missed you, please do let me know, because I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss seeing any. So let's do the Facebook now. This is the Arty Farty Annie group on Facebook. You'll be able to find this in the link tree if you want to join. As I say, I would recommend going for Discord rather than Facebook these days. I'm just enjoying it so much more, but I am going to keep this going because some people prefer it and kind of know where they are with Facebook. I just think once you're into Discord, you'll find it's just easier to interact and negotiate, I think. Anyway, oh look, I'm getting sidetracked by that. Okay, Ooh. Now, as you can see, people share some beautiful, this is Kerry again, you saw just now. There's some beautiful series of pieces that Kerry's been posting here and in the Discord. There's my inspired by. Here's some pieces that Tracy Ann's been showing us. I'm going to try and not get sidetracked by these other things. I'm going to try and just go with the inspired by. But you can see the kind of things people share, some really lovely, inspiring ideas on here. Going quite a way back now, there's an awful lot here. We've had the giveaway since, oh look at that. Try not to get sidetracked. Did I miss that one? Here we go. And so here's Tracy Ann's, so she's Tracy Ann Barrett here in the Facebook group, and you'll know her in the Discord community as well, and she does have a YouTube channel. So here we go. This is her piece, and I love this. It's inspired by her old childhood Ted, who she still has now. I think she calls him Big Ted. Yeah, my Big Ted. So it took me all day. I have a teddy bear as old as me. I thought of that. I still love him to this very day. Ah. So this is representing her. So this is, yeah, I love it, and you can very much tell this is Tracy Ann's distinctive style. She loves to do all these checks, and yeah, it takes a lot of patience to do that. And I think it sets off this Big Ted really, really nicely. Really cute. Well, happy looking Ted. Oh look! Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. I'm just looking for inspired by pieces. Oh look! I tell you what, the internet's such a wonderful thing. The way we're all able to connect and inspire each other like this. Just look at what each other are doing. I just found something. Oh, that looks nice. Then realised it's mine. Here we go. There's Sue's Klimt piece again. I love Klimt's Kiss and created this with many layers. All the shiny gold paints and fun textures. Oh, there's a video of some of her steps there as well. So you can, if you want to come and check any of these out better, you can find the link to this Facebook group in my link tree, which I will put in the description box. Ooh, today's creativity. Now, look at that. I don't think this is meant to be for the inspired by collab, but it definitely could have been. This is Carol Shannon, inspired by you. I don't think she meant it for the inspired by, but you definitely could have said it was a character inspired by yourself, couldn't you? Caroline Halfyard. Now I think I've just posted a kit off to Caroline yesterday. This is lovely. I don't think it's meant for the inspired by collab though. There's Christine's snail. I've already shown you. Here's another beautiful piece that Carol Shannon's working on. These are lovely. Oh, that's something Gaby and I were doing. I'm sure there were more. Cool, look. I'm sure there were more inspired by you pieces. That's why I'm just going back a bit further, just to make sure I don't miss anyone. I just would feel so bad if I missed someone. Look at all these lovely things on here, though. Oh, look. Suzanne Slade. A wall hanging called Forest Whispers. That is so beautiful. But it's not what we're looking at right now. Nope, I think I must have come to the... I know last time I almost missed one. I think it was Leslie had posted one so early that I didn't go back far enough and almost missed it. Another one of Zoe's gorgeous space scenes there. Oh, I just love them. Makes you realise when you go back how much is here. There we go. We're back to Alice now. Tracy was still going mad drawing Alice. A couple of weeks after the deadline, she was still going. She's really inspired. See how she likes to do these checks. And I do think they set off her Alice here really well. That reminds me of one of the cards, like you get on playing cards. So that's quite appropriate, isn't it, for Alice? Anyway, I'm getting distracted again now. And now I'm just going to go into the Discord now. So this is, I'm in the general, just if you want to have a look, I'm in the general chit chat here. So this is where you kind of jump in when you first join. You'll go to the welcome bit here, and then you can go into the different rooms from there, or you can just go down the side here and click on where you want. So probably the best place to go say hello initially is in the general chit chat. Just join in, just jump in and join in the conversation. Then have a look down all of these different rooms and see what's going on. So down here is what, like art show and tell, here is where people will post what they're doing at the moment. This is Titi. This is my Tom, I think, doing something on there. This made the computer very angry in its heat. Tom's computer's getting hot. He's overworking it, and the ambient temperature's too hot. And there's a craft show and tell here. Emily's just made her whatnot look. And anyway, so there's lots of different rooms down there, all sorts. You can have a good old explore when you go in there and share your own pictures. And in here, this is the Inspired By challenge. So this one actually got put in the wrong room. This is why we'll sometimes say to people, oh, could you just post that in a different room, because like if you put it in the wrong room, the right people won't see it. I call these rooms, I think they're actually called channels, these down the side. The whole thing is called a Discord server. I call it our community, and the what you see listed down the side, they're all channels, and I call them rooms because that's how I imagine them. So this is the one which is meant for the Inspired By challenge. There's also a prompts and challenge here, which is where Dawn meant to put that. So she's put an idea here. She's just shared this idea. July is the World of Watercolour Month, and she's put a link to the prompts here for us and invited us all to join in, which is really nice. So that's the kind of thing we do. And then we'll go in here, art show and tell, and we'll post pictures of what we've done. Everybody to have a look at, which is really nice. So we'll ignore that one because it's not really meant for the Inspired By challenge. Oh look, Tracy's showing some different kinds of squares that she's doing here. She's a bit addicted to doing the squares. I'm going to go to straight to the oh look, that's nice. So he's saying, I just wanted to share this. If anyone recalls, I didn't even see this at the time. If anyone recalls the quote I used on my Inspired By piece, I was forged in the heart of stars. This is actually a true statement. We are all made of stardust. And she's put a link there. Oh, I must have a look at that in a minute. How interesting. So it's quite nice to have seen that just after we've actually had a look at her Inspired By piece. So here's Dawn's. This is made by Dawn 23. I can tell without even looking at it. And she's got this very distinctive style. It always reminds me of like colouring books, but like a really good colouring books in a good way. And it's just the way she draws. I think she told me once she actually learned from colouring books. Oh, bless her. I haven't been motivated lately, but I pushed through and this was the end result. Inspired by me riding a training horse. I love that. I love that. Dawn has also got, she didn't do a video for this, but she's also got a really good YouTube channel, and one of the things she does quite a lot of is trying out and comparing different types of art supplies, and some she finds quite difficult to get because she lives in Belize. It's quite hard to get supplies in that country, so she tries out different supplies that she can get hold of and compares them, and yeah, really interesting and useful and inspiring channel. So I'll try and remember to leave a link to her, but I've got a lot to remember. If I forget, you can find her in here. And we've also got a little down here, one of the rooms is called members links, and people can put links to their own channels and social platforms, or if they've got a particular video they've just done or whatever, they can share it there as well. So that's good. Here we go. Here's another piece by Tracy. There's that Dobby picture. Free me. You can tell that's Tracy, you see, just by looking at it, can't you now? And there's there she's posted a picture of her original Big Ted that inspired her picture, which is lovely. Let's just see if I can show this a bit bigger. There we go. There's mine. There's a better look at Tori's finished piece. Isn't that beautiful? Reminds me, I did want to get around to doing some more of those felt flowers. Oh look, here's Claire's piece. So this is Claire. She's Claire 96 Bell. You might have heard me mention her before. So she's Claire 96 Bell on Instagram as well. This is my take on the Inspired By collab. Portrayed a feeling of how I felt after a stressful day at work, pre-craft and art days. It's unfinished, and again that probably says a lot about me. Oh, I know that feeling. Used a reference picture from Pixabay, but it's her take. Yeah, I mean everybody uses reference photos and things, you know. That's drawn, not traced by me, using graphic sketch markers from a Scorner box. I tell you what, that is so well done, isn't it? I'm very impressed by the way she's made the metal look like metal there. Just, yeah, that's really hard to do. That's also a very difficult angle to draw, especially just freehand drawing it, not tracing or anything. That's quite something, quite an achievement. And I know Claire's not long started drawing, so very impressed with that. And most of all, the texture of that metal, absolutely brilliant. Just reading a comment that Tom's made. You'll see why in a minute. There's Gaby's piece. Better look at that. Sword dancer. And this is my Tom's piece. The comment I was just laughing is that he said, I forgot to add nips, I've just realised. A serious case of body dysmorphia going on in here, but that is very that is making me smile, and it's beautifully done, really well done. I'm very proud of my boy. He's really good at art. He does it very occasionally, and whenever he does, he just does such a fantastic job. I wish he'd do more of it. I think this is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And he helps me a lot with things like designing stickers and my logo and things like that. He's got such a good eye as well. And somehow, although, like I say, serious body dysmorphia, but I think we still would have guessed who it was. Oh, lovely. There's Zoe's lovely piece and a link to her video that goes with it, Forged in the Heart of Stars. And there's Kerry's we've already had a look at. Oh look, here's Lily's. So Lily's quite new to our Discord community, but I know her, and Tom's known her for ages on Twitch. So she's got a channel on Twitch, and I think she's been doing that for quite a long time and got a lot of followers on there. And she does this digital art, and look at this. Now, I think she did say something about maybe being able to share, because this is going to be animated. This is going to be like her avatar, and it's going to be animated. So maybe at some point she'll share a short film of that. I think she did say she might be able to do that. But isn't this beautiful? And I have watched a couple of her Twitch streams where she was starting to create this, very much based on her and the things that she loves. Now, what does she say about it? Not fully done. Her hair needs some love, but done enough for me to post it here. This is my 3D model of a character named Helia, Helianthus shortened, aka the sunflower species. She's a character that closely resembles everything I personally love. Sunflowers, foxes, the colour orange, yellow and blue, and also the character's free spirit. Brilliant, beautifully done. I could never do anything like that. And I'd love to see it when it's kind of, animated as well. Inspired by you. Here's my dog Cleo. This is from Paula Lister. She's over in New Zealand. I've joined Annie in the slow stitch. Cleo, the little darling, got hold of a few squares and did a little arting of her own. That's right. She was inspired by me. First collage I've tried. Pretty happy with the outcome. And yes, she had her paw up. It was pointing at her picture. I think she was making a fire. Love that. So she's joined in. She's grabbed some of Paula's supplies and run off with them, and she's making her own little collage there. Look, or a fire. And she shares lots of photos of little Cleo on the Facebook group as well. Brilliant, really well done. Paula always makes me smile. Oh, there's Christine's snail. I wonder if a picture of her bee is on here. But if you go to Christine's YouTube channel, you'll find the bee as well. Yeah, now we're going back to Alice. Okay, so that's it, I think. As I say, please do let me know if I've missed you out. It's not because I've missed you out on purpose. My intention is to show absolutely everybody that created a piece inspired by this prompt. So if I've left you out, it's not because I didn't like your piece or anything, it's because I literally haven't seen it. I've missed it somehow. So please do let me know if that's the case, and I will put it right next time. I'll pop it in the Facebook group and share it in the Discord, and I'll give it a special mention on the end of the next video. I think that's all I need to say for now. Please do go and check out my fellow collaborators' channels and Instagrams, and all the other people I've shown, and join us in the Discord or on the Facebook group and come and say hi and get to know us a bit. I think the best way to get to know us is to join the Discord. Really, it's just different from anywhere else in there, and I will look forward to meeting you in there, hopefully, and you can come in and show us your creations and share what you're doing with us. That's all I've got to waffle on about for now. Thanks so much to everyone who did join in and get inspired by this prompt. It's time to start thinking of what the next one's going to be. Time flies, doesn't it? I've had a lovely time with this, and I've just been so impressed by all the ideas that my fellow collaborators and all of you came up with. It's just really fun to see. Okay, enough for me now. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that little roundup, and I will see you all again really soon.